Hey guys, it's Richard and this is another episode of Tuesdays with me. Paul is out today, my partner in crime. So today, solo video with you all. I'm so excited in honor of June being the month to celebrate Pride. I wanted to share with all of you my coming out story. So when I was 21, I was living in Central America, studying abroad, and moved back to the States. Ended up meeting someone at college, and at that point, I felt like, you know, it was time. I knew it was time. I had the thoughts and the visions of having those conversations. I definitely held on to them just because of the fear surrounding the coming out process. But overall, I will tell you now, spoiler alert, it was wonderful. As scary as it was, it definitely was something where I felt so much pressure and weight just lift off my shoulders. I felt that it was a lot easier to just be myself. Growing up, I, obviously went through episodes of being made fun of and certain things like that, which was extremely hard at times. But knowing that I had such a loving and supportive family that I could count on really made all the difference. So with that being said, the process of coming out is terrifying, and it's terrifying insofar as you have to tell these people who you love and who are really like your main support at that age. You're taking that chance of, well, what if they reject me, right? Because growing up, being made fun of and all of those types of things, I think culturally it's easily to feel rejected. So living in Costa Rica, 6 months of just pure bliss. I had so many moments of just being present, really getting to know myself more. That really helped this whole process of coming out. So 21, meet a guy in college, and I have to have these conversations of, you need to start telling the ones you love, because it didn't feel right, living like this secret life. It felt like I was hiding, or I wasn't, I was omitting things. I wasn't telling them, the truth. So I have a funny story. I told, my parents. My sister was the first one I told. Everyone was super receptive. Everyone was extremely supportive. And I tell my mom's parents and her, family. I tell my dad's family, super supportive again. And the last people I have to tell are my dad's parents. And funny story, but I tell my grandmother, I have something to tell you, and she just kind of looks at me. She's like, I know, honey. And I'm like, how do you know these things? She's like, I know. And I said, well, I need to tell Grandpa. And she's like, okay. So she goes and gets him, and she's like, sit down, Richard has something important to tell you. And growing up, all he had was granddaughters, and I'm the last one to carry on our last name. So he said, hopefully you're not like your uncle and have all girls or turn out to be gay. Well, I have some news for you, grandfather. So the irony in all of this happening, I had so much fear and like having to have that conversation. So he sits down and I say, I have some important stuff to tell you. And he says, all right. And he takes a moment and he says, who'd you knock up? And I said, no, that's not really the topic. And he's like, well, who do you want to knock up? And I said, you know, and at this point I'm fumbling for words, like how do I even begin to like lead into this? And I look over at my grandmother and she's just like shaking her head like, I don't know what to do with this man. And I said, well, the person I'm dating, I can't knock up. And he sits there for a minute and he says, is this why you want to go to law school in San Francisco? And I said, well, no. I said, but I think we're heading down that road. And then I, you know, ended up coming out. And it was, you know, he took a minute, which felt like a lifetime. And, you know, we ended up talking a little bit about it, and that was that. I've felt super supportive. I'm still extremely grateful for all of my family as of this day. So as scary as it was, and all of the stories that I had told myself about friends, family, loved ones, even employers, you know, that I was gay, I didn't let, you know, my coming out prevent me from being me. I still really had to dig deep and put it out there. And again, it's scary, but it feels so much better to really just put it all out there. Even today, I am even, you know, becoming more and more comfortable. It's definitely a process. I don't know if it's an isolated, you know, event. I think we're coming out all of the time. We all have our own closets that we hide into. So if this resonates with you, you know, feel free to share it. I think sharing and connecting and listening to one another and empathizing and supporting one another is really where it starts. So that's my story. Thank you so much for listening. Next week we will have our Tuesdays with Richard episode, and we will see you then.